Baby here. I missed him yesterday, March 31st, my time, 30th for him at Ascension Hospital. I guess he doesn't want to hear my bollocks. My bollocks, as the Scots would say. My bollocks. So I don't know where he is. I'll keep going for him. Love him. Mr. J. Kienlen the third. Where are you, good buddy? So yeah, wild one yesterday, but love it. Thailand's just great. JB.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Hey, there you are. How you doing, man? Excellent. How are you?
All right, all
Good.
right.
Yeah. Why the lights are out? It's usually this is your daytime. The nighttime's your daytime.
It's about 8 o'clock here at night. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're exactly 12 hours. You're 12 hours behind, right? So it's Saturday or Sunday evening. Your time.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, did you hear about we haven't talked since that wild earthquake. Did you hear about it in Burma, Myanmar?
I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, a little bit. I read about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't in the building. My building here is probably one of the taller buildings in this small, it's not a small town. I mean, even as, everywhere in Asia is congested with people, but it's tall. It's, maybe I think it's what, 10 stories, something like that here. Maybe a little bit taller, maybe. But so I was out and about, and I had just a couple beers. That's one of my joys in living in Asia is just being able to drink, having a beer in public, like just walking with a beer in your hand. Right? You can't do that anywhere in America. So I was just coming back, and I saw the vendors, like the mango, they sell them out of their truck, the farmers. And I was actually thinking about buying one or buying a couple. And then, all hell broke loose, and then they were starting to scream. I thought it was some, like the Thai or kind of, they're quirky and funny, and I thought something was happening. I didn't know. And then, after a couple beers, like I didn't know if I was wobbly or like what the hell is going on. But it's a very uneasy feeling. Have you ever experienced one?
Oh, once or twice in a small way.
Well, when you were living in Salt Lake.
I remember I was in the room, and then I just didn't know if I should, you know, go to the floor or just go
Right.
down. So I just stayed where it was.
Right. This was in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I felt a couple in California, but nothing noteworthy, right? Like this was huge. I mean, the reports are like 1,400 at least missing or accounted dead or what have you. All the way from Myanmar, it took down a Bangkok building, right? I mean, it's huge, thousand whatever, hundreds of miles away. Um, but yeah, it's really a bizarre feeling, right? Because that's all we know is Earth. That's gravity, and then when it just shakes like that, it was like holy moly. Um, but yeah, fortunate to come out, and then I just went up. I felt the aftershock. Everyone was still down in my building. My neighbor, who knows obviously that I'm American, I think, or obviously white discrimination. You don't speak Thai, or if you speak English, speak English to the guy. So he says to me, he goes, "Are you going up? We just had a hurricane or an earthquake." And I said, "Yeah, the tremor's already over with." Either I don't know. Like my logic, my theory is if it's the building's going to come down, it's going to come down with that first shock, right? So we might as well go back to our apartments. But yeah, it was wild. It was wild. The poor Burmese, right? They've just had a horrible 5 years. You remember I was going to work there, right? In Yangon, I was going to teach there, and I just had to get out. It was very repressive. I mean, guards, military everywhere with machine guns. So they've just had a tough go for the last 5 years, and now this. It's horrible. Is that must be you,
Who?
JB?
Jamie? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, so then yeah, between that and then I was just thinking, I'm gonna be turning 50, my own injuries and everything else. I know you didn't get along with your father towards the end as much. You never really got along with him, I don't think, did you? Did you ever get along with Louis or?
Not a lot, no.
All right.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I get along with it. I didn't get him. He did. I did my thing,
Right.
my own way.
Yeah, you just didn't see eye to eye, like me and Carrie for sure. Yeah. So, but Louis, I mean, God bless him though, Jay. I mean, we can say what we want, but just the art of trying to look busy. You know what I'm saying? Like Louis mastered that art of just trying to look busy at City Hall and at Campbell Soup, and to be at 2 jobs for 70 some odd years, Jay. I mean, you got to give anyone credit for that. I mean,
yeah, I guess it was, yeah.
yeah. I mean, just the mind numbingness of it to do that. You gotta, yeah. But he and he walked. He still walked both ways. I mean, he was yeah. And then the other thing with, it was at that time, like, I'm sure it happens all the time in Crook County, but I told you, like, when Cliff, when he said he used to go to, Carrie and him were always battling in the courts during the divorce, and my father, Cliff, said he went one time, and Louis was coming out with the judge with his arm around him, and they were both laughing. And Cliff's like, oh, I'm fucked. And he was. And the judge just slammed him, laid down a heavy judgment. Why? Because Louis was in polling services, Jay, and those judges are elected. So he had some sway, I mean, it's a dick move, and that's why Cliff hated Louis, but... I wish he was there when my girlfriend burnt down my condo. I wish Louis was still at City Hall, right? That would have helped me out. But, I just give him credit because I'm like, I'm turning 50. The only thing I'm worried about with the school, I haven't, those hours, because usually with the university, you teach 2, maybe 3 classes a day. But then you have no office hours, right? So you just go back to your hovel on campus or whatever, your faculty apartment. But this is, high school. It's going to be, you got to be there from 7:30 in the morning to, 4 o'clock or whatever, 4:30. It's a long day, right? And I'm like, I'm 50, and I'm like, oh shit. Louis did that till he had the stroke at City Hall. He was working till he had the stroke. Right, so.
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, I swear to God, I couldn't.
Yeah, no. God bless him. So anyway, yeah, that's about it. I'm trying. I put that petition in, another crooked county, that Pinellas. Who knows if it will ever get in front of the judge? I'll keep trying to try to see Carrie. She looked good at that St. Patrick's. I sent you the picture of her. They had a St. Patrick's dinner, right, at her facility, and she looked okay in that picture. But that's that's Alzheimer's dementia. That's the peaks and valleys of, like one day you're completely out of it, and then you're kind of with it, I guess. So it's funny. I'll send you this link if you could tap on it after we're done. There's this, leave it to the Japanese, I guess, a restaurant in Tokyo where all of the waiters and waitresses have Alzheimer's dementia. And they say it's like 60% of the orders for the food, JB. Oh, Jay? Yeah, you still listen? Yeah, so But 60, I'll let you watch it after we get off here, but 60% of the orders are wrong or incorrect because they've got Alzheimer's. But people love it because, you know, it brings awareness to the disease, and they, you know, they love the older people serving them, and so it's kind of funny.
I got it.
Yeah, that's all right. But you've been eating well, right? The hospital food's good. You still, yeah. All right. All right, buddy. Well, I'll give you a call in a couple. I'll try you in a couple days then.
Yeah.
JB. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.